Hello, everybody, and welcome to Disruptor Discussions. Really excited to have you guys here. My name is Jennifer Fry, and I am your hostess today. And I also have a business called Appreciated Asset. And essentially what we do there, and this makes sense once you explain why we're here today, but what we do at Appreciated Asset is we create, build, and fill sales pipelines for industry disruptors. And we do that with done-for-you services and done-with-you services, but really we help our clients keep full, robust sales pipelines for their business so that they are constantly have new business opportunities on the calendar. Our mission at Appreciated Asset is to help businesses grow and to create a ripple effect with incredible business solutions and helping them grow their footprint through our efforts. And our purpose is to create a stage to highlight these incredible industry disruptors, giving them the platform to honor them for their courage to stand out. And that's what disruptors do, right? They stand out against the status quo. Just because something is standard in an industry, our disruptors, the businesses that we work with, know that they can deliver in a way that's so far superior, they can essentially eliminate that competition from consideration because it's apples and oranges at that point. Like there would literally be no one else to work with. So incoming with the Disruptor Discussions Masterclass, this is something that we've been doing for several months now. Every week, we bring in a new expert. Because as much as we grow our clients' businesses through our efforts, through appointment setting and prospecting strategy and all those different areas, we have come across incredible solutions and experts that help their own clients grow their businesses, either directly or indirectly, through their expertise. So this masterclass is here to highlight for you and show you all different ways that you can bring more revenue into your business. There are 0 problems in a business that more revenue cannot solve. 0. Very few problems in life that more revenue cannot solve either, but we will save that for a different podcast format. But in a business, you can solve anything by bringing more revenue into your business. You have a people problem, you train them, you hire new, you bring in a recruiting partner because you have the revenue to do it. You have a cash flow problem, bring in more revenue, done, solved. You have an operations problem, you hire an expert. So with that knowledge, we wanted to show you all other ways in your business through these incredible experts. And now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you Kim with Kim Brundage Photography. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is going to be fun. So Kim and I met through a networking group a couple years ago, and we've worked together on and off through the years of different projects and strategies. And she is an absolute brilliant mind when it comes to photography, not only in the service that she delivers, and she takes incredible photos, they're just beautiful, but in the way she creates really comfortable experiences and positive experiences for her clients as she brings them through, and guides them through taking photos, which is not always comfortable for everyone. I'm going to read to you Kim's bio, which is so super impressive. Before I do, I like to share with you guys every week kind of what's new with us. And sometimes I do stuff about business. Sometimes I do some personal stuff. And I'm going to share this one with you today because I think we were talking about it before we came live. But I have something to share with you that's been a game changer in our life. Okay, this is called a shot blocker. It has nothing to do with sales or business, but for every child in your life, you need to know what this is because it's been an absolute savior in my home. So my son is 10, and we recently started on a medication that he needs to take every day with a needle, which is, if you have a child, that can be pretty anxiety producing for both the parents and the children. But I found this device. It's called a shot blocker. You can buy them on Amazon. Can you see that? That goes against the skin. So you put it on like this, and not on your hand, obviously. You put it there, and it psychs out your nerves and your receptors in your brain. So when you deliver the needle this way, it's not painful. And it's been a game changer in our house. So My son is taking his medication every day, no tears from either of us, which is amazing. And I just wanted to share that with this being coming up on flu season, and we're just getting ready to schedule our flu shots and our updated boosters. They're like $10 on Amazon. They're amazing. So buy them for any parents you know in your life. I don't know
That's
why it took me
awesome.
10
The
years.
doctor's office should have that.
Right? I had one
Yes.
doctor for years. I've been letting my kids scream it out through these
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
And I just don't, I finally had one doctor tell me about it, and
Yeah. That's all it
problem solved.
takes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to
Spread the
share that.
love.
Totally off topic.
Yes. I'm
That's
so glad you did.
It's been a game changer. I bet you wish you had that when your son was.
Yes.
I think you missed
Yes.
the boat on that one now.
I don't know. He still hates shots. I'm going to send him the link.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, as we've got more people coming in, welcome everybody. I am going to read to you Kim's super impressive bio. And then I'm going to hand things over for her to share with you about how to use photography to grow your business. Kim is a traveling premier personal branding and executive portrait photographer who helps entrepreneurs, coaches, speakers, influencers, CEOs, and executives get branded photos that truly represent who they are, so they can show up authentically no matter where they share their photos. Kim is proud of her more than 160 five-star Google reviews from clients who have finally gotten branded photos that they love sharing after years of hating their headshots. I certainly know that I've been there as well, so I can definitely feel that one. Increased their social media presence and increased their revenue specifically because their branded photos truly represent them and their brand, which attracts their ideal clients again and again. From 2019 to 2024, Kim won 3 prestigious awards for her photography, including Best Photographer in Richmond. For more information, you can go to kimbrundage.com. And if you guys have any questions as we go through this, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and we will get to them as soon as Kim is complete here. So thank you so much for being here. I always love anytime we get to spend time together. You've got to start by telling people about your nomadic life, because I think it is so cool what you guys always look forward to your trips to the Southeast.
Oh, thank you. Right now I'm in the beautiful Montana, and we're headed to Scottsdale, Arizona for the winter. So we'll be there for 5 months. And we started this during COVID. We decided life was too short and live now, not wait till retirement to do this. So we're working and trying to experience different communities and life on the road.
I love
it. It's been quite the journey.
And I'm following along vicariously.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It always helps to have people cheer me on. I love it. Thank you.
Every time I talk to you, I'm like, so where are you now? Because we never know. But anyway, Kim, I will hand things over to you. I think you want to screen share as well, right?
Yes, I'm going to start screen sharing now. And yes, so we're looking at 10 ways brand photography can help you make money. And we already talked a little bit about me. So the first one is the enhanced brand image. And you may not know this, or you may know this, but like Airbnb did not take off until they invested in photography. So now you see really stellar real estate images, you see better quality pictures of people. And when you see that, just keep in mind the quality of your brand attracts the quality of your clients. So when you have, and you may have noticed this on Facebook or social media, that when you have a professional image of yourself, you're going to get more engagement. You're going to get more people noticing and commenting and things like that. So that really, I just updated my website, and that has made a huge difference in my engagement with people. And people, you want them to come to your website and say, wow, this is what I want. And so you're building that credibility and trustworthiness because they know that you've taken the time, the energy, and the investment to invest in yourself to show up as your great first impression. We talked a little bit about this, the increased engagement. when you have emotive images like this lady, you can tell she's very happy. So that really increases engagement and helps slow that scroll. That's the thing that we're always looking for, is how to get that engagement, slow that scroll, have something that's visually interesting. And a side note that when you include an animal in your image, you can increase engagement by over 60%. Everyone loves animals, so that will always get some attention too. We want a higher conversion rate. So we've heard, and I keep on hearing different numbers, but like 12, 15 times people need to see you, experiencing you. You want to have your personality show up in your images. And by having that consistency of high quality images showing you and engaging with you, then you're going to have a higher conversion rate with your sales, because you're building that know, like, and trust factor. That's really important, building that know, like, and trust factor, because that increases people's opportunity to buy with you. And professional photos significantly increase that. It also gives you a competitive advantage. You want to be visible, you want to be seen. And when you have that visibility of the high quality professional images, then it really helps differentiate you from the competition, especially when you let your personality show through, show aspects of yourself. You're going to have long-term benefits. You're going to build that foundation, and then you're going to be able to ride through it at the top. And you're going to be consistent on your website, your social media, LinkedIn, other marketing channels where you show up. Having that consistency of those will have those long-term benefits as long as you keep it going. Emotional connection. Capturing the essence of who you are is really going to have that emotional connection that you're looking for to establish with your clients. Your ideal clients we're looking for, not just any client, your ideal clients. So we want to attract your clients and repel the other ones that you won't be interested in working with. And so creating that emotional connection, showing them who you are, makes such a difference. We talked about this before. A lot of these are intersected, building that know, like, and trust factor. This lady, I posed her so it looked very conversational, like you were, just having that really good conversation with someone that you may not know right off the bat. Increase confidence. So this is one of the best things I like about my process, is that my clients have increased confidence, and they love their images so much that they feel very confident putting themselves out there, and they put themselves out there even more. So when you have images that reflect the best version of yourself, it's just such a beautiful experience. And I can share more why that is so important to me there at the end. And when you get noticed and you're more visible, you're taking more steps to your dreams. Like, every step builds on another step. And it's just such a beautiful thing. Commitment to quality. When you're investing in high quality branded photos, it's showing that you take your career seriously, and you're demonstrating that you're willing to put the effort and put yourself in the best possible light. And this is so important in today's virtual world. We have a lot of noise out there, a lot of competition. A lot of you can do your business with virtually versus face-to-face, and that makes such a difference. Your images are even more important with the visibility of your virtual business. And number 10 is winning first impression. This is your first opportunity to make your first impression. And you only get one chance at your first impression. And, Jennifer and I were talking a little bit before this started on how we see so many bad headshots. Maybe someone was at a wedding and they cut themselves out from the other person, and because they thought they looked good that day, that was their image of their LinkedIn profile image. And that is really I can see why they do it, but it's not your professional first impression that you want to show. And, you know, the other thing you want to do with your images, like especially for your profile images, is to make sure that you're facing, like this gentleman is, from left to right. And Facebook and LinkedIn always put the images on the left-hand side and the text on the right, because they know your brain will go to the left first and the text second. That's because your brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text. And by having it there, you're not creating the brain fatigue. So you can see here, he's facing that the right. And then we want to look at quantifying the ROI. So I used a number here, and this can vary according to other photographers and what they charge and what, you know, what's in the area. And this 3,000 number does not include the hair, makeup, wardrobe that I include in my sessions. But, you know, suppose you do a $3,000 investment, you're going to have an increased sales of a 10% increase. That could be an additional $10,000 a year, which equals $1,000 a month. And so you can really look at these ways to make an impact on your bottom line because of what with your other multiple sales activities that you're going to do with your images. All that includes images. Like if you just have text heavy, then that's going to be so boring and not anything that the brain wants to look at. You need to have those high quality images. So it's always a multi-faceted approach when you're doing marketing, and photography is definitely a key point in doing this. Jennifer, I feel like I've talked a lot. I have
This
a
is
special
awesome.
bonus for anyone, but like, what questions do you have? I know I went through that pretty fast.
So I've got some questions, and for anyone out there, if you guys have questions, please drop them in the chat and I'll make sure to get to them. I love what you said about including an animal. I may have to get my dog off the floor and actually in a photo with me sometime. If that's the case,
That's right.
I will pimp him
Yes,
out.
when I come
Absolutely.
to your area next time, Charleston.
Yeah, for sure. I love what you said about attracting the right clients. Because I think when you have great photos and you have a photographer who really knows what they're doing, they're able to not just capture your image, but the vibe, right?
Right.
Because they can capture energy within.
Yes.
I'm going to say that I'm going to be very general in this. Kim, you are the best of the best, in my opinion. I've seen and worked with a lot of photographers out there, but the way you take your clients through this process is phenomenal. But in generalizations, I will say that, you know, when you have a photographer who will help direct you, who will help pose you, I can't tell you guys how many times I'd go get my photos taken and I had like a weird hair out of thing and they don't tell you. And it's like, well, what are we doing here? Like, tell me, you got to put me where you need me and direct. But it's that vibe, right? And so having the right photo and having someone who can like really create that energy so that they can feel your energy. Like, look at that picture of her right there. Like, you guys can see she's like vibrant and lovely and approachable and elegant, but not stuck up. Like, it's just like such a, you can get all of that from that image.
Well, I can tell you like why it's so important to me about to help people pose and feel confident and feel good about during the process is because I was that awkward teenager and I didn't know how to pose. I didn't know how to hold myself. And it was really interesting because once I started to learn posing and lighting, I started to take self-portraits, and I didn't see my beauty till I was 44. And we all have our own inherent beauty, right? And so it was such a gift to myself to be able to finally see my beauty. And a lot of that, you know, there's the camera and the angles, like the camera sees differently than your eyeball does. And so, like, how do you manage that to create beautiful images and create the essence? And that's one of the things that I'm really known for is capturing someone's essence.
I love that. I've got a question for you. How often do you recommend someone updates their photos?
Yeah, that's a great question. So every 1 to 2 years, like some people are on speed dial with me, right? And get theirs every quarter. And, because they need the content. Like I've changed my branding package. I used to have 5, 10, or 15 images options. Now I have 50, 75, 100 images.
Right.
And, people need it for their blog posts, people need it for their content. They have campaigns they're launching. Like it's really important, but you don't need all 50 smiley images of you. You need detail shots, you need environmental shots, you need close ups, you need different types so that the brain's not seeing all super smiley pictures. It helps us have that detail and break it up and help tell your story. And that's what I'm trying to do with a session, is tell your story through the camera.
Well, and I think also having updated photos really helps increase the low know, like, and trust that you're talking about.
Yes.
But who
Yes.
here, you guys can raise your hands or put in the chat, has gotten on a Zoom call with someone that you get on the call and you're like, is this the same human? Right?
Right.
It's not just if hair and
Absolutely.
makeup are done, like it's not just that,
Right.
but it's like
No.
literally the photo is a decade old.
Yes.
And it's just, it kind of creates a disconnect because if you're not comfortable representing yourself as you are,
Right. Right.
what are you, is there something else that's you're hiding? It's
Right. And it
creates like,
doesn't come across as authentic, right? Which decreases your credibility.
right, right. So,
It
okay,
really
so
hurts
like
you.
every 1 to 2 years, um, get
Or you
updated.
might need it on a quarterly basis if
Yeah,
you're
for
creating a lot of
sure.
content. And, like a lot of people, like they do their website and they let it sit like that for 5 years and make little adjustments, but not their images. And their
Mhm.
images are just so important to change out in their engagement. So if
Yeah.
you have those, a big branding package image, then you can switch that out and, really show like you're updating and keeping your website current. Because we do 5 different outfits too.
Yeah, super important because I've done that before where I've gone and I think one thing is what I want and then it's something else that I bring that's totally got the
Yeah.
right shot.
Well, I
Um,
have you meet with a wardrobe stylist ahead of time and we do like a detailed pre-branding consult. And then I create a brand map for you afterwards with the images on how we're going to do it.
so without giving away your entire process, Kim, because I
Yeah.
don't want to like put you in that position, but can you give me a couple kind of do's and don'ts as to you've got a session, maybe with someone who doesn't offer that full service experience, but you've got a
Mhm.
session coming up, like what do you wear? Probably not like big heavy patterns, right? So what are
Right,
some really
right.
simple do's and don'ts for how to show up for a photo?
Yeah. So you want to look at solid colors, and I'm trying to see. Um, you want solid colors. V-necks are very complementary to the face. So
Mm-hmm.
you can do that with jewelry, or look what you have on. See how complementary that is. And you're wearing solid color.
Yeah.
You have
Oh,
a V-neck.
yeah. I got these big earrings
And
on today. They're monsters. I usually don't wear jewelry. But it doesn't look that like it feels big, but it really doesn't.
right,
It's crazy
right.
on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And you really want to think about what your brand colors are and how to incorporate those with your clothing.
Okay.
It's really important because you want everything to look cohesive when you show up.
Okay. Tell me about kind of same question. How do you choose a photographer? There are so many people out
Many photographers,
who do
yes.
this.
And everyone will say they can do headshots and everyone can say they do branding and they'll do weddings and lifestyle and blah, blah, blah. This is all I do is branding photography. I don't do weddings. I've never done a wedding. This is, you want someone that's focused on it. You want to look at their Google reviews. You want to look at if they won any awards. You want to look at, their style. Do you like their style?
Mhm. What would
What
be
they're
some,
providing?
like, give me a couple green flags in a conversation with a photographer. that would lead you, I say conversation, but most people are
Yeah.
DMing, let's just be honest. But like with interaction,
Right. Right.
with a new photographer that you're considering hiring, like what are some,
Yeah.
we know the red flags, okay? So we don't have to
Yeah.
go, I don't want to go all low vibe. Green
Right.
flags, like how would you go, okay, yeah, this is going to be a
Yeah.
great experience.
So I think that I see the interaction with someone else as a collaboration. I am not the expert on everything. I want them to think, if they think of an idea, oh, let's try this pose or let's try that. I'm all for it. And I'm not like, no, I'm the photographer. I know what's best. And
Right.
that's the only way it's going to be. And you just need to do as you're told. Like, that's not how I am. So it becomes a really creative, a fun, playful experience.
Okay, so
So
someone who's
that you
really open
want
to a
someone,
collaboration,
yeah, you
right?
want that collaboration because that's way you can show up and bring who you are instead of these static images of you.
Right, absolutely. Guys, if you do have any questions, again, put them in the chat so we can get to them. Kim, I'm going to ask you my 3 questions that I ask every guest.
Yes.
The third of which is always the one that people go wild over because we get the best feedback from this. But we'll start with the first one. How does
Yeah.
your expertise in photography, how does this expertise bring more revenue into a business?
This expertise, like, I just had a lady drive 8 hours to come and do her photo shoot with me. Like that expertise, that my attention to detail, the results that I get for people and with people, just is such a way. I've had another lady, she flew in from New Orleans to Richmond, Virginia. I mean, people are willing to travel to come see me, and I'm just so grateful for that. So the word is getting out.
The other thing I love about your process is that people choose a photo, choose their shot before you're done. So you don't wrap, because
Right.
again, who's gone through photo shoots and then you get your photos days, weeks
Yeah.
later, and you're like, I
Right.
hate all of them. I don't like any of
Right.
what was
No.
even happening. I love that
Right.
Kim has her clients choose the photos that they want, that they love, to make sure that they got the shot, right?
Yeah. And just to clarify, that's for my headshot parties. And then
Okay,
for a
sorry.
branding session, that's okay. That's for my headshot parties. And then for my branding session, because we're spending 4 or 5 hours together, I'll show them some off the back of the camera, but they know we're like getting the images
Mhm.
and they know we're getting the quality. And then, they get to select their 50 images out of like 300 images or more. So
Love it. Okay.
they definitely want more than what the package offers.
Sure. Okay, perfect. How
Yeah.
would you say you're a disruptor in your space?
That's a great question. Like, I humbly feel like I'm not a disruptor, but I know you would push back on me and say that
You
I
wouldn't
am
be
because
here.
I know I wouldn't be here. But like, I just like, I've created a signature empowerment process, and I do it many wise on my headshot parties, and then I do them for my brandings. And I really look at ways that I can empower and support my client through the process so that they feel comfortable on the
Mm,
day and show up as who they are, and they understand it's a collaboration, and they want to they're actively involved with it, right?
yeah.
This is this is us creating something together. And so it's like more of a friendship, that you have, and a celebration of like where they've come so far in their journey and where they're going.
Well, I think also you having the experience of not feeling a certain way, of being uncomfortable in front of the camera,
Yeah.
you have a compassion and empathy for
Yes.
people to make it
Yes.
so it doesn't have to be like that. And you disrupt that process for them. And I love that.
Right. Yeah. So important. Like photography, a lot of people hate having their picture taken because they've had such bad experiences. And a lot of people can trace that back to their school picture days. And
Mhm.
so, a lot of people will not invest in photography, a branding session, because they hate having their picture taken, because they feel so vulnerable. And I understand that vulnerability and I honor that. And it's like, what can I do to help them feel secure and confident and having fun? That's when we have fun, the rest goes out the window, right?
Absolutely. And a Beyonce
Yeah.
fan helps too.
Yes, yes, yes.
To get the vibe.
Exactly.
Um,
Yes.
Great music. I love great music during.
Yes. And we play that during our sessions. We'll play great music.
I love it. Okay, last question, and then we've got some questions coming in, which I'm super excited about because there's some good ones.
Yeah.
This
Good.
one, our audience goes nuts over this question because it is so direct and simple. With all of this expertise, with all this information that you shared today, what's the number one thing we can do today to use this to drive more revenue to our businesses? What is the task that you're going to assign to us?
So the task I'm going to assign to you is look at your image and decide how old it is. Does it authentically look like you?
Mhm.
Has it been a couple years? And invest in you in creating a great image that you feel proud and confident about, because it's going to rocket shop you out into another level of marketing and opportunities for you.
Yeah. I love that. And I'll tell you myself, you guys, I relied for a while. There was like one great headshot that I had and I loved it. And then after about a year, you guys, it was everywhere. And I was so sick of that photo. It's a beautiful photo and I love it.
Yeah,
But it was
right.
so overused that it was like, I have more than one smile and more than one outfit and more than
Yes,
one
right.
pose. And like, so it really
Yes.
kind of inspired me after seeing it used so many
Mm-hmm.
places because I was
Mm-hmm.
using it and sharing it,
Mm-hmm.
that it
Mm-hmm.
helped me like realize that I needed to really expand the amount of photos that I had that I loved, that I was comfortable with,
Yeah.
and getting more updated content. Okay, let's get to
Yeah.
some questions. All right. First question. This is such a good one from Matt. Thanks for sharing your expertise, Kim. I am curious, what are some unconventional ways for us to use pictures that may not be as obvious but are effective?
Oh my goodness. I have like a whole list. Um, so obviously there's the profile images, there's the blog posts. You want multiple images for a blog post. You have LinkedIn newsletters, you have e-newsletters.
Mhm.
Need to have some different image there for engagement. You want to use, if you have a speaker, definitely want to use that. And I have like a list of 10 images.
I've
Let me
got
see,
mine
pull up
in
my
the
website.
signature line on my email.
Yep, and your
There.
signature line, that's another one. And that's a great question.
And then I also use mine in
Um,
like my profile. So I've got on your phone, when you text someone, now
yes,
iPhones anyway, like you've got your photo and that would go
yes,
to someone that they can update your contact information. So that's a great way to kind of keep
right.
your image, in front of them as well.
Yes, yes. I'm looking. I know like PR
Mhm.
also is important
Yeah.
a lot for that. And um, let me
I
see.
think anywhere that it can humanize you, right? So anywhere where you're
Yes,
having that physical face-to-face interaction is huge. Um,
yes.
Joey, not to
Your
call you
about
out,
page.
Joey's our incredible producer at Insanity Training, you guys. They're so great. But Joey doesn't have a headshot there when you are blank on your Zoom screen. You
Zoom's another
know?
place.
Look, so
Yes, yes.
I'll turn my video off and show you guys. Oh, great. I'm so glad
Mhm.
that stuck like that. So I've got that
Yeah,
when I'm not on camera.
right. Exactly. Exactly.
There you go, Matt.
Yes.
Thanks. Case in point. Okay. If you're still looking for that, Kim, let's look at the next one. I have
Okay.
a photo shoot scheduled, and Matt, we can get you that list. I have a photo shoot scheduled with Kim next week. Oh, all right, Lorca. Awesome.
Yeah.
But the process of preparing for it and working with the stylist has already materially changed how I feel, see myself, and dress with a sense of aliveness and effectiveness and fun. Oh my God, I love that.
Isn't that
You
amazing?
are being a beautiful disruptor because you are adding health into areas where the normal is toxic. That is what a
Oh,
testament,
thank
you
you,
know,
Laura.
it's
It's gonna make
really,
me teary. Yeah, the that's what I love about this process too, because it's the gift that keeps on giving. And you have the wardrobe, you know the pieces that you're gonna wear, and you can use that, you know, for any speaking or presenting, any important meetings you have. Like, you know, this is what I'm gonna wear, these are the accessories, these are the
Mhm.
shoes I'm wearing, you know, everything's just like, okay, check, we got it.
Yeah. Have you heard of dopamine dressing? It's kind of a
No.
trend. You got to look it up.
Oh,
It's kind of a trend on social media where
okay.
people just like, you just go all out. You wear the tutu on a Wednesday. You
Oh
wear the big
yeah.
earrings to soccer practice. Like, it's just
Okay.
dressing in ways that may look outrageous, but feels
Yeah.
good to you.
Right.
And
Right. Yeah,
so,
because when you wear a great outfit, you feel like $1,000,000,
right.
you know, and you feel good in it. Yes.
Right. And I've always said, like, I'd rather be the more overdressed in a room than underdressed, right?
Yes. Yes.
And
Me
so
too.
dopamine dressing is just about kind of showing up in a way that
Hmm.
feels a little extra. Um,
Yes. Okay.
and the thing is that I've never been one to dress in a way that is just attention seeking in a way that like
Yeah.
shock value of it. But if it
Right.
really feels, and I think here's the thing about Photoshop, about photo shoots.
Yeah.
I just took some extra content last week and I was thinking about it. I was picking out what I was wearing and I was like, why do I have all these clothes in my closet that I would never ever wear? I would never
Yeah.
want to represent me this way. And it's actually really
Oh,
made me
wow.
realize that like I want to really just only wear garments and wear things and keep things
Hmm.
around me that I would
Yes.
represent myself, that would put best foot
Right.
forward, right?
And feel beautiful. Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. Hmm.
So anyway, well, thank you so much. This has been amazing. Guys, if you have any other questions, please ask. My last question for you, I love about looking at the photo. And you were talking about kind of, does that represent you? Tell me about content when it comes to video. And I know that's not your area of expertise, but for
I
me,
do some video, but yeah,
okay.
I understand what you're saying.
So like for me, video was very intimidating for me. Photos not so much, but
Yes.
video is
Yeah.
really intimidating.
Hmm.
Um, I'm maybe 5, 6 months into this project, so
Hmm.
I'm good here now because I've done it for a
Yeah.
long time. But the idea of
Yeah.
like going live on LinkedIn or doing a
Right.
reel, all those things are so out. So how do
Oh,
you take some photos and maybe still be able to show up? And then how do you take all of this knowledge and apply it towards, video content as well?
yeah. I think that, you know, when we do a pre-branding consult, we do get into what your brand values are. And so once you understand what your brand values are and what you want to convey, you know that's the foundation that you want to build from video and photography. And I just thought of another image that you want to use with your videography that we, to Matt's question, is you need a still with your videography. And why not put a, not from the screenshot of the video, but like your professional image on that still,
Great. That's awesome. Yeah,
right?
for sure.
That bookmark. So, yeah, so by having the understanding what your brand values are, because a lot of people don't quite understand, aren't clear on their brand values and how to convey them.
Mhm.
And so we go through that process, then you have that recipe that you feel good and comfortable in, and that you can move forward and build upon that
I love
in
it.
all your areas of marketing. Like for it, because marketing is three parts. It's your written word, it's your visual, and then it's how you show up. So you want to make sure those are all consistent.
Absolutely. And updated. I think we
Yes.
hammered that one
Right.
down. It,
Yes.
it it shocks me sometimes when I'll see what looks like, I swear, like a glamour shot on someone's
Yes.
profile or
Right.
other one. And I really don't want to like, I don't want to go low vibe here, but there's sometimes I'll see someone have a LinkedIn profile shot, and I go to LinkedIn because that's where we go to show up
Yeah.
professional. And
Right.
it could be an image for like a dating profile. It's like, you
Right.
know, um,
Yeah.
a nightclub type shot. And again, it's it's about having that alignment, because when you do that,
Mhm.
you will attract the, I don't want to say the wrong attention, but what you had said
Right.
earlier, that you're going to repel the people that you actually want to be attracting.
Right. Right.
Um,
Exactly.
and I think it's
Yeah.
something to be a little more intentional about the way you do that. Awesome. Awesome. Well,
Right.
thank you so much for all of this information.
Thank you.
This has
So
been
appreciate you.
awesome. Let me see, Matt put in another, he said, it seems to me that having enough different shots of your face and different expressions can be used during the lead nurturing process to create a sense of your prospective clients that they know you. 100%.
Yes. Yeah,
100%.
that's well said. I love that
Yeah.
summary.
Yeah. And I know, to circle back to that video real quick, what I was saying, because
Hmm.
I know the algorithms are really starting to put a lot more emphasis
Yes.
on video. They
Yes.
want us using video.
Hmm.
So one of the things that I thought about doing, rather than just not doing it, which is what I have been
Hmm.
doing, I'm not loving that, is
Right.
using some
Right. Right.
stills, creating video
Mhm.
through a series of stills
Yeah.
to show
Yep.
up.
You can do that. Hmm.
Because
Yes.
that way you can still work within the algorithm. And so if anyone has like weird resistance around that, try that.
Hmm.
That's something that I'm going to kind of be putting out there.
That's a great point. I like that.
Dip my toes in
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll see me on a live and someone's going to go, oh my God, she actually did it,
Yeah.
but not today.
Right. Well, and back to that authenticity too, like when people use stock photography, we can all smell it a mile away.
Yeah.
And, it's not authentic. And anyone can throw up a website with images, but
Yeah.
images of you is what's going to make the difference.
Yeah. Our initial website that I built kind of, between the hours of 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. during COVID, had stock photography,
Gee.
and it just never
Yeah.
felt like me. It never felt like authentic.
Yeah.
It always felt phony. It never felt like it really
Right.
represented. And then
Right.
had the
Right.
website redone, rebranded, new photography.
Hmm.
And while
Yeah.
now I look at my website, I'm like, God, that looks kind of narcissistic because there's so many pictures of me. There's never any question about how I show up, because,
Right.
you do, just like Matt was saying, like you do see me in a lot of different ways and a lot of different
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah.
So you do get a good impression of this is who you're going to get to work with. And
Right.
that's really, really
Right.
important.
Yeah.
Kim, if someone wants to work with you, if they want to meet with you,
Yeah.
if they want more questions,
Yes.
um, tell me how they can get in touch with you. You've got all of this information behind you, which is
Yes.
badass. I love
Yes.
that.
So my email is kim@kimbrundage.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions or direct message me on LinkedIn, or would love to engage and talk.
And
Yes. And
where are your travels taking you next?
so I'm headed to Scottsdale, Arizona. I'll be there the beginning of November, but first I'll be in Richmond, Virginia the last week of October. So I'll be on the East Coast. So if anyone wants to play there or play out west, we can do that.
Amazing. Amazing. It is worth
Yes.
every penny because you just create such a phenomenal experience. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
friendship
Thank you.
and
Appreciate it.
your
Yes. Oh my
collaboration, your
goodness.
partnership, all of the things. I appreciate you so very
Thank
much
you.
and have loved this time, and am now inspired to go get more photos.
Yes, let's
Right?
do
Yes, let's do
it.
it. All right, you guys. Thank you, everyone. Please reach out and get in touch with Kim. She's incredible. She does the most beautiful work. And thank you guys so much for being here. Next week, oh gosh, next week, I cannot forget this. We have Vanessa Shaw coming on next week, who was my business coach during a really, really critical time in my business of massive growth that we were experiencing. And Vanessa was an incredible coach, mentor, guide, all of the things, leader for me, to show me and teach me what I didn't know, which was quite a bit. And as you grow in your business, having that kind of leadership and mentorship. So Vanessa will be here to share with us how having the right coach and having a business coach can help you grow your business. It's certainly, I saw
Oh, I
massively.
can't wait to see that. Vanessa's amazing.
She really
So that's
is.
going to be a real treat.
She is. All right, you guys, thank you all so much. Have the very best day.